Today I drove the Cupra, the Polestar 1 and the BMW. Yeah, it's been great. There's plenty of suppliers around that we get to take a look around and really just engage with everyone and see what's happening in the industry.
I drove 3 vehicles today. I drove the Cupra, also the Polestar and the Photon truck. Both the Cupra and the Polestar are a very unique vehicle. Haven't been fortunate enough to drive EVs so much, so driving these are quite an experience itself. And they're great. The sharp handling, comparing it to the Photon, which is obviously a truck, it's a bit heavier. Gain a bit more knowledge on the EVs, incentives, and the future of New South Wales transport and the landscape of vehicles worldwide, I'd say.
I think today attending the NRMA Drive Day has been a good way of trying to connect back at what's the level of interest in EVs across the industry, from manufacturers, people who would look at transitioning, and obviously some of the other auxiliary infrastructure providers to obviously as the rollout for EVs. So yeah, network connecting basically.
It's really exciting to see that government incentives, especially with the introduction of the newly introduced FBT exemption.
So at the Drive Day today, we've driven a bit of a range of vehicles, from obviously a European and iX3 down to a Polestar, and also a new vehicle that probably a lot of people don't know about, which is the Cupra Born. All very, very capable vehicles.
I haven't had a lot of exposure to EVs. First chance I've actually had to drive them, and it's been a bit eye-opening, I've got to say. It's the array of vehicles here and just the driving experience. If you've not done it before, it's quite confronting in a lot of ways. It's not in a bad way, but in a good way, but it's different. And I think there's no doubt it's the way of the future. So it's really good to be able to get a bit of an eye-opening experience, to say the least.
I was in the BMW, I was in the Hyundai. I was so impressed about how they handled. The quietness of them was amazing, I think. The guys that were helping us in the car were fantastic too. The information that they shared with us, I thought that was really good, really informative, and maybe making the next decision to buy one, who knows.
Today I drove a Volvo, a Cupra and a Hyundai. Oh, I loved learning about the electric vehicles, the incentives from the government for our business and for individuals as well. And just my first time driving an electric vehicle, it was awesome.
The truck, I can see its practical use for tradies and that sort of thing, particularly people with high fuel costs. And then the BYD and the Polestar, they drove better than 99% of cars I've ever driven before. Just much smoother and really enjoyable.
It was amazing driving EV cars. This was my first experience driving any EV cars, and they're amazing. They're really smooth, no noise, and very efficient.